as the need for a pencil. So making sure your kids understand that is right at the top of a parent's to-do list right about now. So here to help you out this morning is our friend Todd Cole, our WFMJ Today education contributor. He's joining us on the phone this morning. Good morning to you, Todd.
Good morning, Steve. Good to hear your voice.
Oh, right back at you. And first off, before we get into, I know you have some books to talk about too, but how important is a parent's role in sort of guiding the way and showing their kids, how they need to act and what to expect for that matter?
Right. Well, depending upon what your school district has in store for your child, but if they're going to school, I would suggest taking them to a store that has all those signs like do not enter and which aisle you can go up and down, which they have seen in the past, but then, show how it will be similar to, like that in our schools to keep them safe. That everything that the teacher in the school district is doing is to keep them safe. And that's been the same for us all through the years. The first thing is to keep our children safe.
Yeah, it's something important to remember, and something that has been number one on the list of every school's list as we kind of move throughout. Now, as I mentioned, you have some books to help guide the way. As always, let's bring the first one up on our screen real quick so we know which one we're talking about. What is social distancing? Tell us about this one.
Oh, you can see that on the cover. It shows a boy and a girl social distancing with the germ in the middle, and it's just talking about how if we keep the 6 feet apart, the germ will never touch us. And it's very simple, but it's a children's guide to social distancing.
Very cool. And it's amazing how quickly these books can come to fruition, too. We already have books that can help guide the way, and the pandemic is only, 6 months older. So our second book this morning that we're talking about, A Little Spot Stays Home. What's this one?
Well, it's helping the child who's going to be doing virtual learning. And it does suggest that, you sit down with your child, have a Zoom meeting with somebody, teach the child how to mute, because the younger kids just want to talk, and it's difficult to talk over one another. So teach them how to mute, how to sit still for a decent amount of time, 10 minutes or so for the youngest of children, and how to listen to others who are sharing thoughts on the Zoom.
Yeah, it's important too, especially for the little ones who may not fully realize that even if they're at home, they're actually in a classroom. It just might not look like a regular classroom. All right, our third book that we're going over, Lucy's Mask. How about this one?
Yeah, it's just about how children are, when they put their mask on, they are a hero. They can turn into Superman, Batman, Catwoman, and all these. And that's essentially what our mask is doing. It's keeping us away from the virus. So Lucy sees herself as a hero when she puts on her mask.
All right, and you have a list of things that parents can do to help get their kids into the right mindset. We've already touched on a couple of them with kind of guiding them through the arrows at a grocery store, practicing those Zoom calls. But what else can we do to help them get ready?
Well, we need to get that homework or computer station ready, with good lighting, a quiet space if possible. I know it's difficult for like a family like yours that has many children with many computer times and so forth, but try to have it in an area that has less traffic and less distractions, away from the television and so forth. And let the child have some ownership in setting this up, because when they have some input, you will see output.
Yeah, and you have on there to check school updates on websites as well, and to listen to your child too. How important is that last one in particular?
Well, yeah, because they're going to be experiencing some anxiety, some fears. Listen to those and acknowledge them, because they're supposed to feel these things. It's how we deal with them in an appropriate way that will make the difference.
Absolutely. It's all about the mindset as we tackle a school year that looks like none that we've ever seen, even last school year. Things are going to be different as the kids, especially as they're heading back to the classroom this year. Todd, good to hear from you. As always, my friend, stay safe, and we'll catch up with you soon, all right?
I hope so. Take care.
All right, take care. We'll switch gears to trivia now. Let's take a look at today's question of the day. If you think you know the answer, it's about number 2 pencils and number 1 pencils. Do they